Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I have 3 reasons for making this channel and I'll explain all of them to you. I have been dieting for 25 years now and I started at 140 pounds when I was 5 pounds over my goal weight. My mom said it's easier to lose 5 pounds than 50, and so I started dieting. Now 25 years later, I have hit the 200-pound mark and realized that I can't do it by myself. I need help. And I'm really sick of, asking family and friends because they're not overweight and they don't know what I'm going through and they're not dieting. So I've decided to create a channel where hopefully other people who are on diets can come and we could maybe give each other advice and help each other along the way, so that hopefully this will be the last diet I'm ever on and I will lose all the weight I need to lose and live happily ever after. I think, and I kind of thought of this as I was going through all of my old diet books trying to find yet another diet to do. And I remember thinking, if I had stuck to that diet, I would be at my goal weight now. I would be happy and healthy and thinner and cuter and whatever. And as I was going through them, all of them kind of seemed like if I had just stuck with it, I would be fine now. Everything would be okay. And I started thinking that there's probably some critical threshold that you have to pass. And once you pass that, the diet's easy and it just becomes a way of life. And that's kind of what I'm going for here, because I'm really sick of dieting and I'm tired of all the weight gain and the losses and the clothes not fitting, and if you diet you kind of understand what I'm talking about. So I've decided to commit 1 year 52 weeks to one diet. I'm going to pick one diet and I'm going to stick to it for an entire year as well as I can, and at the end of that year hopefully I will have reached my goal weight back down to 135 and be thinner, cuter, happier, and all of that. And I thought, I know I can't do it by myself because I'm very good at giving up. The longest I've ever stayed on a diet is 3.5 months, maybe a little less. So I know I need help. But then I thought, there's a lot of people out there who are trying to diet and who are trying to lose weight and who are not having success, or kind of like in the boat that I'm in. And I thought, what we need is one place where anybody who's on a diet can come, no matter what diet you're doing. And you can come and you can voice your opinion about whatever diet you're following, or give someone advice on something that they're doing. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to create a channel that's kind of a community of dieters, where we can kind of, spur each other on or celebrate victories as we lose weight, or, light a fire under each other when we need it. It would be a great place to, help people going through detox and how to make that easier, especially if you've done it. Basically, you could get advice, you can give advice. Also, if you're wanting to try a diet and you don't know which one you want to do, but you have an idea, you can actually follow other people who are doing the diet and see how they're doing and see what they're having trouble with and what they're doing well with. Anyway, I thought it would be a great kind of just a diet community. No specific diet, any diet you want to do, because I really believe any diet will work if we stick to it long enough. You just have to find the one that you can stick with. So with that in mind, I also thought, I'm a science teacher, so I thought, this would be a great opportunity to track which diets work the best, which ones are the easiest to stick with, which ones have the most side effects, which ones do you lose the most weight the fastest. And we could track all of that, hopefully worldwide. Anybody can join up and just basically keep track each week of how they're doing on their diet, how all of us are doing on our diets. And at the end of the year, we'll have a lot of data that we can share with everybody, so that we can kind of determine once and for all which diet really does work the best, which one will you lose the most weight on, which one was the easiest to do, which one had the worst detox. And we'll know, and it'll all be in one place. You won't have to go, because I've realized that every diet I've looked at, it's all good. You know, it's like I did keto for 30 days and this happened, and I did this for 30 days and this happened. But I want to commit to an entire year, mainly for me, because I know if I can do it for a year, whatever the critical threshold is, surely I will have crossed it within a year's time, and it'll just become part of my lifestyle. It'll just become habit. So that's kind of my goal. And while I'm doing that, hopefully we can collect data on every diet, because the diet that I've kind of chosen to do is not really a mainstream diet. So you may not want to do that one with me, and that's perfectly fine. But basically all I ask, if you're interested in doing it, if you want to kind of join me on this journey, all you have to do is in the comments below, put your name, or you don't need your name, we'll use your screen name. Put your age, your weight, either in kilograms or pounds, and I'll convert it, just make sure you put the units, and waist size, because sometimes you lose inches instead of pounds, that kind of thing. And so we'll just measure our waist and our weight each week, and what diet you want to do, make sure you put that, and I'll track it in a database, and then each week we'll collect all the data, and we'll kind of try to get, maybe once a month, get an average of, you know, the total pounds lost for each of the diets that are on the database, and we'll kind of be able to track each other and see how we're doing, hopefully. But I need you to do that too. It's also a place, if you're having trouble on your diet, you know, if you need to vent about something, you're welcome to do that, you know, and hopefully there'll be people here that will support you and help you through any kind of crisis you tend to be going through while you're trying to diet. Anyway, if you're interested in this at all, I would really love for you to join me. You can subscribe, hit the notification button, because each week I'm going to be updating my personal weight loss journey. Hopefully it'll be good. But each week I'll be updating my own. So that'll kind of be, you know, if you hit the little notification bell, it'll alert you so that it'll be kind of your signal to go weigh yourself and measure yourself and post in the comments. And we'll track it and we'll see how we do. Because I know we all have kind of our favorite types of diets, and the ones that we are the most comfortable with. And that's fine. And there should be one place where it doesn't matter what diet you're doing. You know, we're all struggling with the same problem. We're all going through the detox and the, you know, trying to adjust to the diet and all of this kind of stuff. And, you know, we have a lot in common no matter what diet we're doing. And I think this would be a great place for us to share with each other and help each other and kind of promote each other so that we all will lose weight. Even if you can't stick with it for the entire year, I'm not even sure I can. That's why I'm doing the channel though, so that I'm kind of committed to it. Even if you can't handle it, that's good to know too, because if the diet's impossible to stick with, you know, people need to know that, about how long they're going to last before they cave, that kind of thing. I guess I need to start with mine, since I'm starting the whole thing. My age, I'm 55. I weigh 200.1 pounds. I've been going to Walmart weighing in. And my waist size, believe it or not, is 38 inches. So that is where I'm starting. This is rock bottom, so this is where I'm starting. So go ahead and make sure you put your stuff in there too, so I'm not the only one doing this, because it's horrible to have to admit that, but I need to face up to it. So the diet that I've chosen, and I basically kind of went through all my diet books, and it was kind of a toss-up between the slow carb diet, Tim Ferriss's, because you get a cheat day, or a diet I did about 20 years ago. I did it for about 2 weeks, lost I think 9 pounds, which is pretty good. But the thing that got me was I felt healthy. I felt better. I felt like everything was fixing itself somehow. And so as I was going through the books, I found that book, and I remembered that. And then, just to kind of make sure it still works, I actually Googled her. It's Mary Lou Henner's Total Health Makeover is the one I'm going to try to do. Because she, if you haven't seen this before, was about 180 pounds almost here. At, like, I think she was 19, and then at 45, she's like 125. And she has not gained weight since then. I checked, I saw her, she was on 2.5 Men about 3 years ago and looked exactly the same. She's promoting her book on the cancer and the total memory. She has the autobiographical memory, and she still looks exactly the same. And she has never once come out and changed any part of the diet or changed any of the stuff. And so this is kind of my thing. Well, it's working for her, it can work for me. And so I'm hoping that if I can follow it for a year, I will be hopefully that skinny and that healthy, and maybe my brain will work that good. That would be great. And the great thing about this one is that she has a 30-day version that all I have to do is I can just follow the 30 days over and over for 12 months and be done with it. And so that's another great thing. So I've got both of the books, and this is what I'm going to be following. For those of you who are not familiar with it, it's food combining, which is where you don't eat proteins and starches together. She recommends you eat fruit in the morning for breakfast, and then you have like a protein lunch and a carb dinner, and it helps your digestive system kind of fix itself. And I really have bad digestion, so that'll be good for me if nothing else. She also recommends, which the hard part is, you have to give up alcohol, dairy, which is probably going to be the hardest one for me. But you know what? There are substitutes out there. There's soy ice cream, and there's rice milk and almond milk and all these different types of things that replace dairy. So it shouldn't be that hard to do now, hopefully. But you basically, she also has you give up caffeine, and that I'm going to have to tweak it a little because I'm a teacher and I have another job on the weekends, and I need the caffeine. But I am going to cut back because I drink like a pot of coffee a day. It's kind of it soothes me somehow. I'm going to try to half calf and then hopefully kind of cut back from a pot a day to like a half a pot a day, and just kind of slowly wean myself off of it, hopefully. I'm hoping that'll work. Anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing. If you want to join, you can do any diet you want. Just in the comments below, make sure you list it and what your current weight is and your waist size, so that if you lose inches, we'll know. And we can all do this together. If you want to do the food combining thing, that would be awesome too, because you could help me, give me ideas for alternatives to different things and what tastes really good and what doesn't, which would be fabulous, because I haven't really, it's been a long time since I've done this one. So and I've been doing dairy for a long time. But I'm going to try. That's my goal. Once a week, I'm going to check in with you. If I slip up, which I'm sure I will let you know. But hopefully I'll just get right back on track and just keep going for the entire year, once a week. So I hope you'll join me. And even if you don't really want to diet, but you just want to see how far I get, that'd be fine too. Just subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I post a video. And hopefully we will all lose a ton of weight and get healthier and happier and younger and prettier. That's the goal. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to the video. I will see you in a week.